Good morning, you guys. It has been so long. Well, it's been over a week, I think, since I vlogged. And honestly, it's because I'm still going through that funk that I've been telling you guys about. But today I decided to just change that and just vlog anyways, even though I don't think my life is that exciting right now. But yeah, we're just gonna do it. So, first of all, we're gonna get some coffee because I am still half asleep. As you guys do or do not know, that is from Teavana. This is actually a tea maker, but I use it as a coffee maker, and it works because the filter is small enough for the coffee grounds. And after you feel like all the water's out, you just take this, and I've been putting it on, see how it's dripping still? I've been putting it on some foil right here. Because if you don't put it on foil or something, it'll stain the counters. It started staining my white counter, so that's the only reason why. And I drink my coffee pretty much plain, but I have 2 Splendas in there, so that's how I drink my coffee. And before we drink coffee, let's open the curtains up. Today is still a rainy day. Sun's peeking out a little bit, but overall it's been a rainy day today. Alright guys, so this is how I usually have my mornings. I'll have water, coffee, sip on these 2, just for a little bit, probably for the next 5 to 10 minutes before I take the dog out. Gotta take him out potty every morning before I do anything else. So yeah, that's my morning so far. It's not very exciting. This coffee is so good, you guys. Like, one of the only coffees I can have pretty much plain except for the 2 Splendas. And if I didn't have the 2 Splendas, I could definitely just drink it plain. But yeah, I like it with a couple Splendas. It gives it a little bit of that sweetness that I just need. Alright guys, we're about to take this monster out. You can see his little nose peeking out from beneath. You look so innocent. Like a nut. Look how, it's the only time he's happy to see me, when I take him out of this crate. Come here. Come here, baby. Come. I know. It's been so hard of a sleep. Let's go. Let's go potty. Oh, so excited. Let's go potty. Let's go. Alright guys, we're gonna get him ready to go. No jumping. He's supposed to be on bed rest. I keep forgetting. No jumping. Alright. Dang, I look skinny with this stringer on. Get a flex in. So weird. Sometimes I feel like I look like full on bulk mode. Okay. We just got back from being outside, and this is what we do now. Because he likes to go in the tall grass when it's been raining and he's all wet. So now we wipe. I usually wipe his belly, wipe his underside, and clean his paws with a wet paper towel, since we're out of the puppy wipes and they don't have his puppy wipes in Korea, I mean, and he has the gentle leader on. Okay, get up. I'll take this off. Hey, wait. Wait. Go. And he's not supposed to be running. But yeah, we got the gentle leader, you guys. An update on the gentle leader. It works, so I'm gonna keep using it. And all it is it keeps this this part secure around the top of his ears and right below his jawline, which makes him not pull. And this nose loop is not a muzzle. All this nose loop does is keep the portion around his neck where it's supposed to be. Without the nose loop, it'll fall and he'll start pulling again. I tried taking the nose loop off to see how he would be, and he was terrible, so never gonna do that again. And that was in Seoul, and Seoul's like super busy and crazy, and it was not good. One thing I hate about this apartment complex is it doesn't have an outside doggy poop area, so I double bag his poops, which actually contains the smell. But when you single bag it, it don't help the smell, so double bag it, you guys. Dry it off again, and then put it in the trash. And then, of course, I wash my hands after all that, because I picked up his crap, and I washed his feet off. He's so cute, but he's a lot of responsibility. Just like the puppy days. I had to do this because he's not supposed to be running. He keeps running from here to here. So there you go. Now you can't run as much. It's hard to force him not to run, and the vet suggested locking him in a room, but I feel like he would just freak out and try to run out of the room. So that's what we're gonna do for now, Reese. And while we're talking about Reese, he did go to the vet. He was slightly limping, very, very slightly, to the point where I barely noticed it. But yeah, took him to the vet for slight limping, and the doctor thinks he like did some micro tears or something on his leg, or I think it's kind of like a sprain or something. So we got meds for that for 10 days. So he's supposed to be on bed rest for the next 8 days, because it's been a couple days since then. And then he also has been put on some kind of heartworm medication for preventative heartworm. He doesn't have heartworm. And also some oral flea and tick med, so that's also preventative to make sure that they don't go on him. Because in Korea it's really humid, super duper humid, which means a lot of bugs are here. So that means like fleas, ticks, and all that stuff is here. And what else? I also wanted to talk about North Korea. I was going to make a separate video about that, but I feel like I don't have enough content for that video to make it like its own full video. So I also wanted to share that I actually technically visited North Korea. I went on a tour, and in the first part of the tour, we saw, you know, just like some pre-stuff before the actual DMZ tour, which was what I paid to see. But yeah, I'll show you some footage of that right now. And yeah, I saw this train. It was all tore up and stuff like that. I don't really remember too much about that part of the tour. It wasn't really exciting, and it was super hot. And then we went to this one place high up on a hill overlooking North Korea. Guys, we are looking at North Korea. Right there, that's North Korea. Isn't that crazy? We're on a tour, and we're going to see the DMZ area next. But yeah, that is where actually half of my heritage is from, the north side on my grandpa's end. So it's very cool to see it in person. So you could actually see all that green is North Korea. It was really crazy to see that that was North Korea. There's a lot of children and stuff there at the time, so I couldn't really see. There was like a telescope to see far in, but I couldn't really get one because it was so busy. But yeah, went and saw that view, and then from there we went and at the DMZ, it was pretty strict. There was always somebody with you, and also they always told you how to walk, how to be. They make you sign, you know, kind of a waiver or something that says that you're not going to try to cross the border and go to North Korea. I don't know who would want to do that, but yeah, we signed that. And also they have you like stand in line in a certain way and go as a group. So you can't just kind of veer off and do whatever you want. And then, you know, I got to take some photos, a little bit of video, which I will put right here.
In between those two structures, there's a ditch. The North Korean soldier hit that ditch, exited the vehicle, ran to the side of Freedom House for cover, and he was fired upon by his North Korean...
So I think the coolest part about that video was it showed some North Korean or tourists on the North Korean side. I don't know if they're North Korean, they're probably Chinese or something else, but they're tourists on the North Korean side. And who knows if they're real tourists, because a lot of things in North Korea are kind of fake and kind of placed. So a lot of actors and stuff. So and then another thing that was cool was there was North Korean soldiers who basically placed themselves at the DMZ line. And I also found out that, you know, the DMZ isn't guarded 24/7 by actual humans standing there. I thought it was 24/7 guarded area, but there's a lot of CCTVs and stuff like that. So they're mainly there for the tourists. So they're not always standing there in the middle of the night and stuff like that. And then at one point we went inside one of the blue buildings. So technically I was in North Korea for a moment in time. So I took a selfie, I believe, with one of the South Korean soldiers there. And yeah, we were standing on the North Korean side, because when you go to those blue buildings, they share the border. So one side is North Korea, the other side is South. That's the only safe place you could technically be in North Korea. If you cross the actual line, I've heard that North Korean soldiers will just grab you, take you to North Korea, and then you're gonna be a prisoner there. So that's no bueno. So why would you cross the border? But yeah, that tour was really interesting, and it was pretty tense. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was really weird actually seeing it with my own eyes and not in YouTube videos. And for those of you who do not know, you know, Korea used to be one country. So, you know, when people ask me growing up, they'd be like, are you from the south side or the north side? Technically, I think I'm from both, because we are one country. And also my mother's father, who has passed away, but my grandfather on my mom's side, he lived in North Korea. I'm not sure if he was born in North Korea or technically the South Korean side, but at one point it was one country, and he left that side, and then later on they closed the border. So he left with his brothers. Unfortunately, his mom, dad, and sister stayed in North Korea. I'm not sure what happened to them, because we haven't really kept touch with that side of the family, and he doesn't really talk about it that much, about what happened. But yeah, that's all I know. And yeah, you guys, it's kind of part of my culture and heritage, I guess, and I really wanted to see what it looked like. Super green, but obviously I don't think I'll ever actually visit North Korea, even on a tour, because of how dangerous it is. Even though you're watched 24/7 on the tour, I just wouldn't take that risk of something happening. But yeah, you guys, that is the update on the North Korean tour. Guys, time for my pre-workout meal. Preheat my pan first. And it's been quite an adjustment, but I think I'm getting used to the fact that this cooking area is so small. Right, and I went to the cream market and bought eggs. This thing, believe it or not, was full of eggs. And it wasn't in the fridge. Like, I don't know if Koreans or if eggs don't need to be refrigerated, but I put mine in the fridge. But when I bought them, they were just out in the open, so not sure. So I have 2 eggs. And yeah, then I'm gonna put those back in the fridge. You know, we got pepper and sea salt. And before we eat the breakfast, we're gonna take 4 capsules of creatine, and this is just creatine monohydrate. So we're just gonna do 4 at the same time. It's the easiest to do it. Get that out of the way. Gonna do my pre-workout. I've been lessening the amount I use. Been doing like half a scoop or less. And then a scoop of high volume for pump. This doesn't have any like stimulants or caffeine. Alright guys, just got dressed. We are ready for the gym. Today is leg day and I need to find a camera battery for my camera, and then I plan to take you guys with me on my workout. Alright guys, so the first thing I started with was lying hamstring curls. And as you can notice, there are a couple ways you can do this. One with using momentum, and that's not the best way to do it. So as you can see, I've always put constant tension on the machine on the way up and down. If you use momentum, of course, you can kind of bump the top portion up and then just go down, and then but you're not really getting the full stretch in your hamstring. So I like to make sure there's always constant tension on my hamstring, so I'm not cheating with using momentum. And then the next thing I did was some wide leg press, and I try to go as far down as I can without hurting my intestine, because as you guys do or do not know, I have an ostomy, which means I have an intestine protruding out of one of my abdominal walls. And but I try to do the best I can with the cards I'm dealt without hurting it. So yeah, this is as far down as I can go comfortably without hurting myself. But in other news, I kind of wanted to update you guys on my fitness goals. So yeah, lifting has been going great. Exercise portion has been going great. But honestly, the diet portion needs to start tightening up a little bit. So I want to make sure I'm hitting my protein. So now I'm trying to incorporate more egg whites instead of just whole eggs. And then I need to start at least kind of gauging my protein intake. And honestly, I think the move from America to Korea kind of threw me off as far as me wanting to reverse slowly. I honestly just didn't do that. I basically just started intuitively eating and just eating more than I did, of course, when I was cutting, so therefore being in a surplus. But I think next week in September, I'm going to start actually doing a mini cut, maybe for at least a month, month and a half, get everything tightened up, and then get back on the surplus, because I do want to bulk, because I don't want to keep going back and forth. But yeah, I'm going to do a mini cut and then get back on track. And I'm going to try to put an effort to start tracking things. But also in Korea, the nutrition labels are different. They're in Korean, so I have to start like using Google Translate and figuring that out. At least until I'm at that point in the reverse where I can intuitively eat and kind of steadily gain the weight. But I think I just need to start tracking to keep me accountable again until I get used to that, and then start intuitively eating again. And you guys may be thinking, why would you cut to get in a surplus again when the reason why you're cutting is because you gained too much? Well, because I've been in too big of a surplus. So the next time after this mini cut, I kind of want to just be in a slight surplus. So maybe gaining about like a quarter pound or less a week. So therefore gaining about a pound a month instead of gaining too much weight at once. But I think I'm at that weird stage where I'm just maintaining now. And I've been around 141, 142. So without the water weight, because that's with water weight, without the water weight, I'm probably around 138. And at my lowest, during my most recent cut, I was 126. So yeah, I kind of want to slow it down, and I really want to stay in the 130s to low 140s during the duration of my next bulk, which is now. So yeah, I need to do a mini cut and then start actually tracking so that I gain very slowly. Alright guys, I've been relaxing for a while. Now it's lunchtime. So I have some curry with beef that I made yesterday, and it's potatoes, carrots, onion, just rice, and some kimchi. So this is going to be my lunch. Alright guys, so I took a nap. Now I'm having some soju. Just soju with ice. And it's the apple flavor. These are actually really good, and the only ones I could drink plain is the flavored soju. And then we got a pizza here. But it's one of those ones you put in the oven, and they're tiny, so I'm probably gonna have usually 2 slices, 2 to 3 max, but yeah, this is gonna be dinner. Also, you guys, 2 slices is about 300 calories, or 600 calories total. I believe half the pizza is like 900 to 1,000 calories, so there's that portion there, but my goal is to hit over 2,000 calories, a little over 2,000 calories a day for my bulk. And I think I've either been hitting that or being under that or a little over that. So it averages kind of evenly over the span of a week.